Good afternoon, students. In previous class, we have seen what about hybridization and what are the examples present with sp3, sp2, sp hybridizations we have seen. Okay. Now, once I will show that shapes of these molecules which will undergo sp3 hybridization first. Okay. The molecule which undergoes sp3 hybridization will be forming tetrahedral shape. This is the shape. This is the bond. Imagine this one has carbon, black one. These are CH4 molecule. Let us imagine this one has CH4 molecule. No? Okay. These four are hydrogens. These are all sp3 hybrid orbitals with less repulsions. They will be aligned in tetrahedral shape. Bond angle 109 degrees. Okay. So this is the shape called tetrahedral. Next. For BF3 molecule, boron in BF3 will undergo sp2 hybridization. sp2 means three orbitals are involved, three hybrid orbitals will be formed. These white sticks are there, na? Those are three hybrid orbitals. Imagine this one as boron, this black colored ball as boron. These three white colored balls are fluorines. These are present in plane. This is not three-dimensional. If you see like this, in this three orbitals, if they are present with this bond angle 120 degrees, the angle is 120 degrees, then only they have less repulsions. If you bend any one of them like this, automatically repulsions will be increased. So automatically they will come like this. Okay, this is the shape of BF3 molecule. Planar, trigonal planar. If you join these fluorines, we will get a triangle. That's why it is looking like triangle. Trigonal planar. As it is present in the plane, that is called trigonal planar. But this tetrahedral is not in plane. It is three-dimensional. It is three-dimensional. Towards you also, it is there. Okay, ma? Next. Linear. For linear, we took the example BeCl2. Okay. What is the bond angle? 180 degrees. This is one bond. This is another bond. Imagine these white colored balls are chlorines. This black colored ball is Be. It has two hybrid orbitals. Okay. sp hybrid orbitals, two are there. In which boron will undergo sp hybridization. One s orbital and one p orbital will undergo hybridization. To form two hybrid orbitals, they are aligned in linear shape. Yesterday I have shown on board. Okay. Now with the help of this ball and stick, this type of arrangement is called ball and stick model. These are all balls and these are all sticks, ball and stick model. And this is the linear shape. Linear, trigonal planar, next tetrahedral. These three molecules yesterday we have seen. sp hybridization, sp2, sp3 we have seen. Next we have to go through another type of hybridization, that is sp3d hybridization. sp3d hybridization. The molecule which is example for sp3d hybridization is PCl5. By seeing the molecule shapes with the help of the ball and stick model, you might have clear with every concept very neatly. Is it okay, ma? Now, what about this PCl5 molecule? Let us see. Phosphorus ground state electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p3. Atomic number is 15. Electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p3. Okay, now the thing is excited state electronic configuration of phosphorus. Excited state electronic configuration of phosphorus 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. Actually here 3d0 is there. In the same shell 3s2, 3p3, 3d0 is there. Empty orbitals 3d0. Actually no electron is present. So while we are writing the electronic configuration, we will not mention that one. But here we will take the help of this electron to be excited to this high energy state. Na? That's why we are taking the help. 1d orbital. See, hybridization sp3d. 1 s orbital, 3 p orbitals and 1 d orbital. Okay. Now excited state electronic configuration is 3s1, 3p3, 3d1. One of the electrons present in s orbital will be excited to higher energy state, that is 3d. Like this. This electron will be excited and it will change the spin also. Now what will be happened here? 1 s orbital, 3 p orbitals and 1 d orbital will undergo which type of hybridization? sp3d hybridization. What is that? sp3d hybridization. How many orbitals are involved? Totally 5 orbitals are involved. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Totally 5 orbitals are involved. How many orbitals will be formed after hybridization? 5 orbitals will be formed after hybridization. After hybridization, 5 orbitals will be formed. How those 5 orbitals with less repulsions will be aligned? That is the important thing. How those 5 orbitals with less repulsions should be aligned? In which shape? Okay, ma? Let us see that shape. First, I will show with the help of balloons. Just 1 minute, ma. See here. This is actually tetrahedral. 1, 2, 3. This one will be above the plane, and next one like this it will be, ma. One, two, three. These three are in plane. One will be above the plane, another one will be below the plane. One will be above the plane, another one will be below the plane. 1, 2, 3. 3 orbitals are in plane. Okay. One orbital will be above the plane, another orbital will be below the plane. This is also 3-dimensional one. With the help of ball and stick model, how the shape will be. See here. Imagine this violet color is phosphorus. These three are there, na? 1, 2, 3. These three are in plane. Okay. This is above the plane and this is below the plane. This is above the plane and this is below the plane. Next. If you join this one with here like this, na, we will get a pyramid. Like this. If you join like this with lines, we will get the shape of like pyramid shape with triangular base, with a triangular base. Same like that from below also we will get one pyramid shape. That's why this name of this shape is trigonal bipyramidal. What is that? Trigonal bipyramidal. This is the shape. These three are in plane along with the phosphorus. One will be above the plane and another one will be below the plane. Okay, with this type of structure only, these 5 orbitals are existed with less repulsions. If you change the shape, repulsions will be increased. Now I am going to draw on board. Let us observe. These three contains one electron. One orbital will be from above the plane. Another orbital will be from below the plane. It contains one electron. From here, one chlorine will be approached. From here, one chlorine will be approached. From here, one chlorine will be approached. Like this. If you join these triangular shapes, see these three I joined them. These three I joined. From above, if you are able to draw like this, we will get a pyramid shape. Same, from below also, if you draw like this, we will get a pyramid shape. Okay, do one thing. These many confusions, no need. Okay, now I will draw. According to that, you can draw in the notes. Once again, I will draw. Like this you can draw in board in your notes. Now shape I am writing here. Trigonal bipyramidal. Trigonal bipyramidal. Bond angle. See what is the bond angle? 3 bonds are in plane. This bond angle is 120 degrees. This bond angle is 120 degrees. Between this bond and this bond, this is 90, because these are perpendicular to each other. This is above the plane and this is in the plane. So wherever it is, definitely this must be perpendicular, 90 degrees. This bond angle also 90 degrees. Between this bond and this bond, above bond and below bond, we will find 180 degrees. So bond angles, possible bond angles are 90, 120, 180 degrees. Okay. Now the bonds which are present in the plane are called equatorial bonds, and the bonds which are present above the plane and below the plane are called axial bonds. See, this is called axial bond. Even above one is also called axial bond. Angle between the axial bonds 180. Straight line angle between the axial bonds 180. This is equatorial bond. So 2 types of bonds are present in PCl5. The bonds which are present in the plane are called equatorial bonds, and the bonds which are present in above the plane and below the plane are called axial bonds. Angle between axial bond and equatorial bond is 90 degrees. Angle between equatorial bonds 120 degrees. Angle between axial and axial bonds 180 degrees. So all the possibilities I wrote. This is the structure explanation of PCl5. Okay, everyone, I hope you understood, no? This is the structure which is trigonal bipyramidal. That violet color one and remaining three which are present in the plane. Above one orbital is there and below one orbital is there. That above orbital and below orbital are called axial bonds. Remaining three are called equatorial bonds. This is the structure of PCl5, which is called trigonal bipyramidal. Okay, ma? We will go to next one. Before that, draw the diagrams neatly, all of you. Okay, ma. Draw the diagrams carefully. Next, we are going with next hybridization, that is sp3d2 hybridization. Next side heading sp3d2 hybridization. Example for this, example of the molecule which will undergo sp3d2 hybridization is SF6, sulfur hexafluoride. Sulfur hexafluoride. Okay. So in this hybridization, how many orbitals will undergo hybridization, ma? 1 s orbital, 3 p orbitals and 2 d orbitals. Okay, let us see. Sulfur, ground state electronic configuration of sulfur, that is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p4. This is ground state electronic configuration of sulfur. Next, exit state electronic configuration of sulfur, that is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. Here we have empty 3D, like in phosphorus what we have taken, like that here also we are going to take empty 3D orbitals, 3s1, 3p3, 3d2. See, one electron from s orbital and one electron from p orbital will be excited to form like this. One, two. Now observe how many unpaired electrons are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 unpaired electrons are there, which is undergoing 1 s orbital, 3 p orbitals and 2 d orbitals will undergo sp3d2 hybridization. sp3d2 hybridization. Totally how many hybrid orbitals will be formed? How many hybrid orbitals will be formed? Totally 6. Okay, how those 6 hybrid orbitals with less repulsions will be aligned? Okay, see all of you. Observe 2 blue balloons and these 2 white balloons are in plane. If you join these, you will get a square. Okay, this one will be above the plane, this one will be below the plane. Two red orbitals are, one is above the plane and another one is below the plane. Remaining four, two blue and two white, they will be present in the plane to form like a square. Okay, now observe all of you. From here I am going to join here 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this we will get pyramid shape. Pyramid with which base? Square base. Previous one, that is pyramid with trigonal base. This one, from here if you meet them, we will get pyramid with square base. From here also, if you join them from here to here, here to here, like that, we will get pyramid with square. So this is square bipyramidal. This is square bipyramidal. Name of this molecular shape is square bipyramidal. So under sp3 D2 hybridization, we have taken the example SF6. In SF6, sulfur will undergo which hybridization? sp3d2 to give how many hybrid orbitals? 6 hybrid orbitals. Before that, how many orbitals are involved in hybridization? 1 s orbital, 3 p orbitals and 2 d orbitals will undergo hybridization to form totally 6 hybrid orbitals. Those 6 are this one: 2 red, 2 blue, 2 white balloons. Okay, 4 are in plane, one will be above the plane and another one will be below the plane, which will be formed as square bipyramidal. What is that? Square bipyramidal. So the molecular shape is square bipyramidal. With the help of ball and stick model, if you want to see, this is the structure. This yellow colored ball is there, na? That is sulfur. These 4 are in plane. One will be above the plane, another one will be below the plane. From here, if you join these, we will get a pyramid shape. Like that here also. That's why name of this molecular shape is square bipyramidal. Okay, this is also called octahedral. Why this is called octahedral? See here, ma. From here to here, if you join, it is like a face. Triangle we will get. In cube, 6 faces are there, na? Like that, this is one face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many faces are there for this shape? Totally 6 faces are there. 8. Above 4, below 4. 8 means octahedral faces. 8 faces. Tetrahedral. Tetrahedral means, tetra means 4, 4 faces. See, if you join here, we will get one face. 1, 2, 3, below 1, 4. Totally 4 faces. That's why the shape is tetrahedral. Like that, this one is called octahedral or square bipyramidal. Octahedral or square bipyramidal. Bond angle, here these two 90 degrees, these are bond angle. Every bond angle 90 degrees only. Between axial bonds 180 degrees. Between equatorial bonds 90. Between axial and equatorial also 90 only. Here also the bonds which are present in the plane are called equatorial bonds, and the bond which is present above the plane and below the plane, the bonds which are present above the plane and below the plane are called axial bonds. This is a structure which is called square bipyramidal or octahedral. Okay, ma? Now see, I will draw on board. SF6. From above, one sulfur atom. From below, one sulfur atom. from here. Sorry, not sulfur, no, fluorine. Sorry, fluorine. These four are in plane. One will be above the plane and another one will be below the plane. Okay. If you imagine this book as a plane, 1, 2, 3, 4. One will be above the plane like this, another one will be below the plane like this. This is square bipyramidal. Okay. I hope you understood this concept. By seeing the balloons also we can understand clearly, all of you. Okay. Bond angle from here to here 90. Here to here, everything 90 degrees, and one more angle which is possible. Okay, see ma, this is equatorial bond. This is axial bond. And now coming to shape. Square bipyramidal. Or octahedral. Next, bond angle 90 degrees, 180. Okay, between the equatorial bonds 90 degrees, between axial and equatorial bond also 90 degrees only, between axial bonds 180. Okay, note down this carefully, all of you. This is the example for. This is SF6 is the molecule which is example for the molecule which undergoes sp3d2 hybridization. Okay ma, I hope you understood this concept. Next type we will go for sp3d3 hybridization also. Before going to that one, I hope you are very clear about the concept. Okay. Okay ma, observe the shapes correctly. In this SF6, 4 bonds are in plane, in which bond angle between those will be 90 degrees. Two bonds will be in in which one bond will be above the plane and another bond will be below the plane. Okay, the bonds which are present in the plane are called equatorial bonds, and the bonds which are present above the plane and below the plane are called axial bonds. Angle between the axial bonds will be 180 degrees. Angle between equatorial bonds 90 degrees. Angle between axial and equatorial also 90 degrees only. Okay, I have shown already. This is the thing between this axial bond and this equatorial bond 90 degrees. Between these equatorial bonds also 90 degrees only. Between this axial bond and axial bond it is 180. Okay, this is about sp3 d2 hybridization. Next we will go for one more type, that is sp3 d3. Under this sp3d3 hybridization, example of the molecule is IF7. Iodine is little bit high atomic number. Directly I am going to write the outermost electronic configuration of iodine. Okay. Ground state electronic configuration of iodine with only outermost shell. I am showing with respect to only outermost shell. Okay. Fluorine 2s to 2p5. Chlorine 3s to 3p5, bromine 4, iodine 5. So iodine electronic configuration is 5s to 5p5, 5d0. Outermost electronic configuration directly I wrote. Okay, if you want to check that one, I gave the Morley's diagram. Okay, check the atomic number of iodine and try to write that one. You will get this outermost configuration as this one only, 5s to 5p5 you will get. empty 5d orbitals I took. Okay, now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5d empty orbitals. Okay, now exit state electronic configuration of iodine is 5s1, 5p3, 5d3. From here one electron, from here one electron will be excited. You will get one s orbital, 3p orbitals and 3d orbitals. Totally one s orbital, 3p orbitals and 3d orbitals, which will undergo sp3d3 hybridization. What is that? sp3d3. Here, if you have 5 orbitals, 3 will be in plane, 1 will be above the plane, another one will be below the plane. 4 will be in the plane, 1 will be above the plane and another one will be below the plane. Now we have 7. We are getting like that, increase with 1 orbital. 7 means 5 will be in the plane, like pentagonal shape. Okay, 1 will be above the plane, another one will be below the plane. Then see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this 5 are in plane. 1 will be above the plane, another one will be below the plane. From here fluorine will be, from here fluorine, like this. If you join these 5 more, you will get like pentagonal, from above and below pyramidal, bipyramidal. So the name of this structure is, okay, first draw the structure, after that I will write the name. Okay, I hope you are understanding the structure also. 5 are in plane, 1 will be above the plane and another one will be below the plane. Okay, now I am going to write the name of the structure as well as bond angle also. Let us see. Shape, pentagonal bipyramidal. Bond angle 72 degrees, because total 360 in the plane, 360 by 5, 72 like that you will get 72 degrees, 90 degrees, 180 degrees. Totally 5 bonds are in plane. Those are called equilateral bonds. 1 will be above the plane, another one will be below the plane. Those are called axial bonds. 2 axial bonds, 5 equilateral bonds. Between equilateral bond and equilateral bond, bond angle is 72 degrees. Between axial bond and equilateral bond, bond angle is 90 degrees. Between 2 axial bonds, bond angle is 180. Actually, this one will be above the plane and another one will be below the plane. Imagine just like this octahedral only, but one more is there here. One more balloon is present here. Okay, total 5 balloons are in plane. One will be above the plane and another one will be below the plane. Okay, another name of this shape is distorted octahedral. Distorted means disturbed. This is about sp3d3 hybridization. Okay, by this maximum all the types of hybridizations are completed, but one more thing it is there, main concept, that is after this one VSEPR theory. After completion of that VSEPR theory only, by joining this VSEPR theory and hybridization, we can go through all the molecules at a time. Okay, these are simple molecules. What did I take? Totally for each hybridization, one example I took. All these are simple molecules only. little bit complication will be increased when we come across with VSEPR theory. That one also, after listening to the class, it is easy only, no problem. Okay, is it clear, ma? Just once I will recall what are the types of hybridization we have gone through. See, all of you. We have gone through SP, SP2, SP3, SP3D, SP3D2 and SP3D3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 types of hybridization we have seen. Under SP hybridization, what is the example we took? BeCl2 explanation. Under SP2, BF3. Under SP3, CH4. Under SP3D, PCl5. Next, SP3D2, SF6. SP3D3, IF7. Like this, for every hybridization we took the examples and even we wrote the structures and bond angles also. Okay, if you want, once ask me more, like a tabular column I will give. Not this tabular column I told, it is very important. After completion of VSEPR theory, one more tabular column I will give. Before that, if you want to get easily, means if you remember this individual molecules also, you can remember. If you want to get little bit more, means in the form of tabular column also, you can ask me through WhatsApp. I will give the tabular column also. Till this, what are the molecules we completed? Okay, ma? So what is meant by hybridization? The process of intermixing of atomic orbitals of almost same energy, okay, which will be regenerated into a new set of identical shape and size and energy orbitals. How many orbitals will undergo hybridization? That many orbitals will be formed after hybridization. Hybridization will form only sigma bonds. These are the important points which are covered under hybridization. After that, we have seen different types of hybridization like this. For every hybridization, I took the example and I explained. Okay, hope you understood everything. In the form of table column, till this one also, if you want, structure, bond angles, all these things, just you can ask me, I will give, no problem. Okay, this is about today's class. Next class, we will go through another theory, that is VSEPR theory. After that, one big column we will draw, that is very important, which will be useful for your IIT and NEET classes also. Okay, this is about today's class. Thank you. Have a nice day all.